Welcome back, chums. My name is LastKnownMeal, and today we're gonna be talking about patch 2.01 for Cyberpunk 2077 and Phantom Liberty. As CDPR says, patch 2.01 for Cyberpunk and Phantom Liberty is being rolled out on PC, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S. It fixes the most common issues players have encountered and improves overall performance on all platforms, especially in Dogtown. And this patch itself has been very much needed because in my comments on my previous video a lot of people were reporting all kinds of issues, so let's go through everything which they have for this specific patch. When it comes to Phantom Liberty specific ones, balls to the wall, when talking to Paco, repeating the blue dialogue option from the Corpo life path will no longer block progress. Dog Eat Dog mission fixed an issue where it was possible to earn multiple relic points by triggering the first meeting with Songbird more than once. Firestarter fixed an issue that could cause a V to get stuck in the wall or roof after performing a finisher on Kurt Hansen. Moving Heat fixed an issue that could cause all traffic to disappear after completing the quest. I know some people were talking about empty cities overall, and they fixed an issue where triggering combat in the garage in specific scenarios could cause various disruption to quest flow. New person, same old mistakes fixed an issue where a gate to Bill's hot dog stand was closed. Actually, this is a bug that I encountered on my second character, and I'm glad this was fixed because, to be honest, this is annoying a lot of people. Everyone I talked to had an issue with Bill. When it comes to somewhat damaged gig, they fixed an issue preventing the player from scanning the neural network system and various fixes for devices in the bunker. The Killing Moon gig fixed an issue that caused the doors leading to the shuttle to not open. You Know My Name gig fixed an issue where a V could remain connected to the sniper nest, blocking quest progress after repeatedly switching cameras at the end of the sequence. And also Reed will now wear his party outfit during the dialogue with Songbird. Now also when it comes to the quest up there with Songbird and the party and everything, I do hope they also fixed where after basically talking to Somi and experiencing the concert from Lizzie Wizzy, when you meet Reed, he actually has a gun in his hand. Now this is not this is kind of a funny immersion breaking glitch because he's just walking around a gun through the entire room, but hopefully that was removed as well. And they also addressed an issue where some phone calls necessary to continue the main story began with a delay, various visual fixes for animations, light, scenes, VFX and more, and performance improvements for both PC and consoles, especially in the Dogtown area. This was very much needed. When it comes to other quests and open world areas from the main game, Automatic Love, the distortion effect caused by talking to Johnny and selecting a specific dialogue option at the end of the quest, will no longer persist on screen. This is very good. Ghost Town fixed an issue where the quest could get stuck on the defeat Nash and his people objective if the game was saved during combat prior to update 2.0. Gig Breaking News fixed an issue where Ted Fox's car didn't spawn and fixed an issue where Gig wouldn't trigger after approaching the quest area. Gig Going Away Party fixed an issue where it wasn't possible to get in the car with Flavio because it spawned underground, and also the Gig The Lord Give It and Take It Away fixed an issue where the Militech SUV spawned underground as well. It's funny because they really tend to have these issues with things spawning like below the road or everything, because I actually experienced this a few times in 2.0 with just random cars on the road. Like half of them was in the ground and half of them was out on the road. Killing in the Name fixed an issue where leaving the quest unfinished could block clue scanning, preventing the player from progressing in the main quest, and fixed an issue where the Bartmos collective website wasn't visible in some cases. I know people were talking about this in my comments. Playing for Time fixed an issue where healing and radio icons disappeared from HUD after the car chase with Takemura, and Space Oddity fixed an issue where the quest didn't activate if location was approached prior to update 2.0. In the heist quest, and this is very important, they fixed an issue where Jackie wasn't present in front of the afterlife. This was actually reported by a lot of people who were playing 2.0 and in my comments, and this was kind of a game-breaking bug because, well, if you cannot talk to Jackie after, in the afterlife, there is no way you can continue with the game, ultimately locking yourself away. And they fixed an issue where when riding the elevator to the 42nd floor with low FPS, we could fall through the floor and die. Okay. The Prophet Song fixed an issue where completing the quest could cause the police system to turn a blind eye to these crimes. I don't see a problem with this. The Ripper Dog fixed an issue that if player got into the driver's seat from the passenger seat, Jackie would return to the noodle stand and refuse to drive to the Ripper Dog. They fixed an issue where NCPD scanner hustles could remain uncompleted even after looting the necessary containers. And this is big because without doing this you were not able to get all achievements, if I believe, and I had a problem with this before, but actually it was fixed after patch 1.6. And I didn't know this was also a problem with 2.0, so luckily and hopefully this is fixed once and for all. And they fixed an issue where some iconic weapons wouldn't appear on the wall of V's stash in the apartment. They also lowered the value of the attribute check required to enter the area where the thermal katana can be looted. This is good because if you've been watching my previous video, I did go and show you how to get errata, the thermal katana, and you needed a 20 technical skill for this to actually open the door in case you were actually approaching the area after finishing a certain gig there. But luckily this has been lowered, which makes more sense because, well, errata is a really cool thermal katana, an iconic weapon, so getting it through that was kind of a bummer, so this is definitely a step in the right direction, and if you want to find out how to get errata, I do have a video for it, so check it out. Now we're going to approach the gameplay section because they have covered a lot when it came to different gigs and other missions. So they made it possible to properly switch to ARM cyberware by cycling through weapons. Before update 2.0, as you cycle you go through all of the weapons and cyberware, but after 2.0 you had to press, like for example, number 4 on your keyboard to get your cyberware out. They also addressed an issue that could cause V to become invulnerable to all damage. I am glad this was fixed. Again, a lot of people were talking about this. A wrecked NCPD cruiser without wheels won't be patrolling the streets of Night City anymore. Yeah, I've seen this one time, basically a burned out vehicle just driving around. Honestly, I wouldn't remove it. I would just keep it for the, an Easter egg or something, but it is what it is. They fixed an issue where some obsolete mods in the inventory and stash weren't properly exchanged for a new weapon mod. They fixed an issue where weapons obtained pre-update 2.0 could have a tier that's too high when compared to the player's level. Yeah, this was also happening. They also removed various obsolete crafting specs, so rip to that. And disassembling a budget arms slot-o-matic will now give one crafting component. When it comes to PC specific changes, they fixed an issue where the UI could show controller inputs when playing on keyboard and mouse. I know this was a problem ever since 2.0, not just Phantom Liberty, and this next one is big. So players unable to get achievements due to an issue that prevented Phantom Liberty achievements from unlocking on PC before a backend fix implemented on the day of the release will have them retroactively unlocked on GOG and Steam after loading a save from that playthrough. For the Epic Game Store, the issue is still under investigation. And they fixed an issue where after installing update 2.0, not the expansion on GOG, a pop-up saying Phantom Liberty downloaded, please return to the main menu to access new content could appear in the in-game menu. And they also improved the image quality of DLSS ray reconstruction in the ultra performance setting. Now when it comes to console specific, they also addressed something incredibly important. So they addressed the issue of corrupted saves on PlayStation by increasing the maximum save file size limit. And note, this won't fix saves corrupted before the update. I said in my previous video that this is definitely something which is not good. Having a game this big with multiple saves for multiple characters, multiple, let's say, quests and missions that people like to have their saves just as backup, and when you turn on the game and it's broken completely, especially like people who have been playing this game for a very long time, this was bad. This was incredibly bad. So I'm glad this is fixed, but again, sadly, all of the previous saves on PlayStation that were corrupted, there is no way to save them. And they also fixed an issue where launching the game without an internet connection would prompt the player to log into GOG My Rewards. Again, good. This is good. Now for the end we have Miscellaneous and REDmod. So first off, when it comes to Miscellaneous, various crash fixes on PC and consoles, so hopefully that's going to be stable. Generally, in the new gameplay that you're seeing in the new patch, I didn't really have a problem with crashes, but to be also honest, even prior with update 2.1 Phantom Liberty, the game only crashed for me twice, so I mean, I personally wasn't experienced this. Vehicle radio volume has been adjusted so it's no longer too quiet when compared to the other sounds in the game. If you turn down the volume of other sounds in order to better hear the radio, you may want to readjust the volume before continuing to play. When it comes to trauma drama, this is also something I talked about before, so they fixed an issue where the player could earn an infinite score in trauma drama by shooting the enemies, dropping from helicopter repeatedly. So basically you stand in one place and it's going to infinitely spawn people, so you can just get the high score and ultimately get the trauma team outfit. So yeah, this is not gonna be working anymore. And they fixed an issue where disconnecting the internet didn't result in an error message being displayed in my rewards and cross progression tabs. The song History by Gazelle Twin and Trash Generation will now be disabled when disable copyright music option is turned on, and players who pre-ordered Phantom Liberty but didn't get the Quadrasport R7 Vigilante will now receive it. Good. And also several improvements and changes to Ukrainian localization, including fixes for lines where the translation lost its original meaning. When it comes to REDmod, they fixed an issue where tweak mods would not compile in REDmod. And also finally they added Phantom Liberty support to REDmod, so now people can utilize PL to make red mods, which are going to be available on Nexus Mods, which I'm going to cover in one of my future videos. And this is everything for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button for more. And also let me know down below in the comments, what do you think about this patch and if this is actually fixing your problems, or maybe it created some new ones. Just write it down below. Also, huge thanks to my current Patreon supporters and the chooms. This is everything for today. Stay classy everyone, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.